Talking of which, I've got to quickly go and get that.
Welcome everybody to Battlefire. We're going to talk about Bounty 26 and the recently released CM Diary for December. And I didn't realize it was going to drop today, but Ben was kind enough to clue me in that it drops, so we'll talk about that as well. And I'll go from top to bottom. Aussie.
Good morning, everybody.
And Kenny.
Hello.
Lady Cat.
Meow meow.
And Ben.
Hello, everyone.
And Two Doors.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah, so let's get rolling. Let's see what the next slide is. All right. No bug fixes this week, so I assume everything's all good. So I assume this is partially related to the fact that they are efforting HTML5, which we'll get into later, that they putting a lot of resources towards that as opposed to either fixing bugs or letting us know about them. So, any thoughts on this?
No.
All good, apparently.
All good.
There are no bugs in this game. It's perfect. It's the way it is.
Yeah,
They're features.
yeah. Undocumented features.
Maybe she finally will have time to take a shower.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know, unless you like your greasy.
No comment.
Slippery when wet.
All right, we got a upgrade or a update on our calendar. We're in Bounties started an hour ago. Next week is Pillage. Then we have Eternal Fire, the last raid in the cycle. We're going to get Skirmish next. So get your Pegasi ready. A new building pack, which we'll talk about later. It's the predecessor to OP12. And I'm not terribly thrilled that they didn't let us know that we're not going to get base parts as we have for years and years and years. It's for the people that needed to finish up the previous OP. We usually got those about 3 months ahead of time, but it doesn't appear that it's happening anymore. And 12 Days of Kixmas begins.
The base part thing, it still might work on some of the buildings. You know, the
ones that they're upgrading, but yeah,
Yeah.
we'll have to see. But historically, about 2.5 to 3 months prior to an OP upgrade, as opposed to having to use structure tokens or time or gold, you could use base parts to upgrade buildings. So
I think that's a word you're going to have to remove from the dictionary. The historically. Because
it's still, I could say a lot of things about the U.S. and what, things historically happened this way. So it's still a valid word. It's just whether the correlation that it might have with the current operation may be missing, but I think historically still works.
Okay.
And then we're going to see December Forsaken missions. We don't know how many we're going to have at this point. Hopefully it's going to be 4 again because we're going to be starting a skirmish cycle, giving us more time to build prior to the first raid. And Krampusnacht 2019 and VXP Weekend, and then Bounty.
On Christmas Eve, just what everybody wanted.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
There is a warm fire in your house. It is your base. Your entire house is on fire.
Yep. Yep. And we're gonna burn it down every 3 hours. So let's see. Let's give it one more click, just so we know what Krampusnacht is. It's a holiday that feels a lot more like Halloween than Christmas. On Krampusnacht, December 5th, men dressed as Krampus drink a bunch of alcohol, run through the streets, and frighten children. Often they chase delinquent children around and hit them with sticks.
It's almost like Bike Week.
Yeah. Okay, Brian, do you want to provide any more details or
No,
video?
no, I have a question.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Okay. I thought you were going to provide details of your last.
Oh, that was a fantastic joke. However, follow-up question: if there are drunken people running around and hitting people with sticks, how is that any different from how delinquent children tend to act?
Well, it seems like the delinquent children are the ones that are the target of this sort of thing. So yeah.
If you're running around drunk and hitting people with sticks, like who's to tell who's in the right or wrong here?
I think that's probably part of it.
I'll just say it's
You just suddenly turn on friendly fire midway through the night and turn and hit your mate with a stick.
Yeah.
It sounds more fun than playing Battle Pirates.
Yeah. So we're gonna see.
I mean, if you're into getting hit with sticks.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sort of wondering what they're gonna do as far as, are they going to open up some sort of tournament where you can hit 80 and belows? That would be hilarious.
Oh no! Oh my God! Can you think about all the whining?
Oh yeah.
Rude.
That would be a great tournament.
One basilisk, 0 health.
Yeah, that's when all the newbies will quit.
Yeah, who can kill the most 50s? And there's a leaderboard. And you get inverse number of points. The lower level they are, the more points you get. So if you hit like a level 13, you're getting more points than if you hit a 78. That would be an epic tournament, and people would talk about that one for years. But
I think if you're
level 13 though,
if you're a 50 and you hold somebody off, you should get like millions of points.
oh yeah. No. The kids get the kids should get points as well, but there should be an inverse scale. The lower level the base, the more points that you get. It would be
But you,
go ahead.
in fairness, you have to hit these bases while drunk.
Whatever.
Okay, so what else is new?
Yeah.
You're
Just
supposed
in
to.
case.
Yeah. Wow. So
All right, so Krampus is the anti-Santa Claus.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
You don't get cold, you get a beaten.
yeah, and I'm looking. I mean, if the tournament runs like I think it should, I'm looking forward to it. So, all right.
It's 10 minutes in and I'm already regretting my life choices.
Yes. All right. Let's see what the next click has for us. HTML5 is here. Well, it's going to be here soon. They're working on it, and we should see a general release prior to the end of the month. And it appears, from what I read, you can opt into it and out of it and go back and forth. I'm not sure if you can go back and forth, but yeah, there's an option if you're having issues with HTML5 versus Flash. Again, everybody that was really worried about it, there's still a whole nother year for this testing to occur before everything just falls apart and gets shut down. So yeah, we're not, we're not terribly far behind. And they did say they spent millions of dollars on it, but it could be.
I'm glad our money's going towards something good.
Yeah.
Just to be fair, they said by the end of December, not the end of this month.
I said by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're still on the same page. All right. Let's see what's next.
As far as I know, the end of December is the end of the year, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was
Usually
trying to
happens
clarify.
like that,
it
isn't
is
it?
our calendar. I don't know about the Australian calendar.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to work that out.
But we're
Yeah.
still in October.
We needed to clarify that the end of December was the end of the year. I'm just making sure. Yeah, cool.
Okay. As part of the 9.5 update, we just received 9.48. So 2 weeks from now, a new building pack is releasing, and it marks the beginning of a countdown to February's launch of Outpost 12. New levels for the War Academy, Uranium Enrichment Facility, Titanium Extractor, and Tactical Lab. We can hear you, Ozzy.
Oh, this is just bullshit. This lag. It's freaking ridiculous.
I thought you were talking about what I was talking about.
Oh, sorry.
Not you hitting targets. So okay.
No, I'm not hitting targets. I'm in my base. And I can't even do anything because the stupid thing was
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
We'll go to this because I've complained about it. I've complained about it on the show. Somebody hit Aussie's base at some point and it's still repairing. I have a huge issue doing anything inside my base while my turrets are repairing. To the point where I try to do everything else outside the base that I can. You can't really change around your ships, but I can't remember how many months ago. It was many months ago when Ben told me how you could roll for crews. It might have been close for a year ago, where you can roll for crews from the map using the store and then going over, and that fixed a lot of problems for me. But once your base is hit, all that animation just causes my FPS to go down to like 0 or 1, and it's not good.
Yeah,
Well,
that's where mine is. 1 and 2. My average is 2
Well,
in
HTML5,
inside base.
will that be different with HTML?
I have no idea.
Probably.
The only answer I know is from Vitus. Will we no longer be getting flash crashes? Yes. We will no longer be getting flash crashes because Flash will not be part of the game. But we could be getting HTML5 crashes or whatever.
HTML5 doesn't crash. The browser will crash, which is worse.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
So
But
Chrome
it's one problem is going to go away, which is using up, all that memory it used to use.
Yeah.
But so flash crashes should go away, and when it is running, it'll run smoother. The ships will move smoother. Have you ever played one of their other games, like Vegas or Vega or whatever it's called?
I played years ago.
Oh, okay, then you've seen the motions a little smoother,
Yeah.
and it never crashed anytime I've ever played it. So I'm hopeful.
Okay.
Well, mine just crashed in the middle of waiting for a screen to come on.
Not in Vega though, right?
No, in this stupid game.
Yeah. Vega never crashed for me ever, so I'm hopeful. Now it's still going to go slow whenever the servers are going crazy, but whenever your network isn't very good, it's going to still do weird things, but it's not going to crash the same way.
Okay. Krampus, the demon of winter mischief himself, is returning to the high seas, and he's twice as mad as last year. Battle against ultra mega hard targets, or take the easy road against targets designated for meek little toddlers with only a basic grasp of motor skills. Krampus cares not.
Yay! Kenny and I have a place to play.
Claim victory to earn special seasonal skins and badges display your magnificence as we roll into the new year. Prepare thyselves for Krampsnot? I don't know how to pronounce that word.
It's German.
I think I just got a 12-hour bubble from all those shots that were fired.
Explain.
The second to last paragraph?
Yeah. Okay. I was, yeah. Okay. Yeah. My power 72. Hey, it might have been talking about you. I have no idea.
I am glad because the second paragraph reminded me that the titanium extractor and uranium enrichment facility exist in the game.
Yeah.
Maybe now with upgrades they will be somewhat comparable to other things we use.
Well, they've been around for so long. I mean, because they were originally they were decent in the bubble pad, and we did do some buffing to them as far as the generation of uranium and titanium. I mean, I hit expeditions. I just hit them once, and I just get deliveries every day or so, and I don't really need to go out and hit the other targets. They just sort of shows up, and between that and those, I don't really. And I roll for a lot of crews. I can't remember the last time I had to go out and get uranium. So, I don't know. It hasn't worked that bad for me. But I do find the 2-star non-generalist expeditions, which are getting harder to find for titanium, but they're fairly easy for uranium. I'll end up with, 48K a day. And I'm like, okay, well, I hit one really easy target where I put my my proto tide seekers in it and just boom, boom, and take a minute, take 1% damage, and in comes the uranium for the rest of the week. The big issue is that when that cycle ends for the week, you lose the bonuses that you had for the previous week as far as your first hit. You get decreasing returns on that, but probably enough on that. So let's give one more click. All right, we have an interesting TLC for a lot of people. This one has started about an hour ago. Pegasus build tokens. Some tech, some surgical strike warheads, upgrade kits, limited upgrade tokens, missile defense system 4. So not bad. It's Lady Cat, you got back into the game basically hitting this. I even forget what you hit it with. You remember?
Saturn, wasn't it Saturn's?
Yeah, so you could probably hit this with your Pegasi at this point if it was Saturn's before.
And then I could actually finish my fleet.
Yeah. So yeah.
But I don't think I have very many upgrade tokens, and that's what I need more than anything. What do you get? 12 hours?
Yeah. The one I wish was in here was penetrative battery. I'm running low on that one, so hopefully it's going to be in pillage.
Was that in the last raid? I don't think I ever got any. Maybe I just missed it.
Missed what?
Penetrative battery?
I didn't think I needed it, and then I started building a second flag, and I realized I only had 10 of them. If worst comes to worst, I'll strip one off a Nemesis, but I don't know where we see them, and I really hope we see them in pillage.
I thought they'd have been in the FM.
Yeah, me too.
Not explosive is there, and there's another one that's there, but
Well, it's time.
Concussive, I think.
Yeah, it's time for penetrative. Whatever.
I mean, that makes sense because it's the upcoming. It's the upcoming raid type, and FM is currently around. But throw pen battery in there maybe.
The concussive battery's been in the FM since the Silverfish raid,
yeah.
so they should put the pen battery in.
Yeah, they had to give us a 70 million armor. That's
Yeah,
I'm not getting everything in the FM anymore. It's too much work.
It's as much fun as it looks. Alrighty, so this is interesting. As far as a time limited campaign, this is one of the more interesting ones it's one of the more interesting ones. As far as stuff, I think everybody could use.
Yeah, I think it's good to have, especially if we have to do refits and stuff to the Pegasus, because we don't know what the next targets are going to be.
If
Changed everything.
I don't even understand you. If we need it, But okay, and then let's one more click. There's another one that I find. This one doesn't start till Friday, so you don't see it right now in your in the game as far as something coming soon, because it starts Friday at 3 and runs for a full week to the following Friday. This one will give you Praetorian VXP, build tokens, upgrade kits, and a limited number of 12-hour upgrade tokens. So
One of these have the full Terrorite XM in it too.
F2XM, yeah. Oh, which is in the FM as well, yeah. Is that what
Yeah.
you say?
Yeah. So save them 70 million points from the FM and get it in here.
Where is it?
Prize Pack 3
3, yeah.
at this camp.
Cool. Yeah, I haven't gotten any of them. I'd heard that people that got them and swapped out their limited for them turned around and put their limited back on.
Yeah.
It's just not as good.
Yeah, that's what everybody says, so I'm not bothering.
Well, yeah, they have some of the limited here. We see the Isotope ZM1 in Prize Pack 2. Is there... And then Prize Pack 3, we see the ZX1. So, you know... It looks good for people
It'll
that
be
are...
good for me. I didn't get enough kits, so
Mhm.
if I can do this target, it'll be good.
Yeah, there's a lot of FM-related prizes. You know, you have the PenSync drive. There's a lot of things that you see in the FM that are in this. This is very... And I don't know what, Chris. Take your Pegasus or your Pegasi. Pegasi, only one eye, Chris. Only one eye. So keep that in mind.
The problem that I would have is I'm trying to build. I'm still finishing my Pegasus. I
Mhm.
have to put armor on it on some of them still. I have to do upgrades. I'm not going to have enough tokens to just get it done. So I won't be able to be upgrading or fixing my ships while I'm doing this campaign. So I'll need them.
Say it one more time.
My Pegasus are going to be in the shipyard. My Pegasi,
Yeah.
they're going to be in the shipyard because they're not ready.
Well, then it's your choice, because you're better off probably, well, unless you can use your Saturns and earn all this stuff. I'm just saying there's a lot more, you know, if it takes you 2 days to run through this, you're going to be getting more.
Right.
I'm saying for the, okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Well, because the previous one as well, you know, you're going to have a boost as far as building your Pegasi. So you may not need to have them in there 24/7. Are you building them or are you upgrading them?
Well, I've got both to do. Right now, I don't think I'm doing anything.
Well, no, I don't
Well,
know.
actually, I am doing an upgrade. I think I'm upgrading a Dragoon because I didn't want to tie up my shipyard. I didn't want to tie up my shipyard for 4 days. So
Okay, but then why are your Pegasus? If you're doing your Dragoons right now, why are your Pegasi out of commission?
I had to use my Pegasi for something for the target for the DLC retooling, and I don't know. I told you I'm only half in the game now.
Okay, all righty, let's move on then.
Yeah.
All right, Bounty 26. Is this Costco or PJ's or Sam's Club? Never been into a Sam's Club. It looks more like a Sam's Club. I've been in the other ones.
Isn't Sam's Club blue like Walmart?
I don't know. I'm just looking at the shelf tags. I don't know. Anybody in chat know what this is? I
The
don't know.
shelf marks look different, but the rest of it looks like
It looks like BJ's as far as the red. It looks like, I don't know which one this is, but all right, let's move on. We'll talk about Bounty 26. We can get a Carnage upgrade, which we'll talk about later. New skins, I'll show you one. Heavy base turret, which we'll talk about quite a bit. Replica blitz bases can be blitzed to save you time, which does not apply to kickside bases. And as we've seen in the last, I think, 3 months, the kickside bases are the first 24 hours, shipwrecks are the second 24 hours, and then just whatever. King and Nexus is available all the time. And this last 2 or 3 months where there'll be defender fleets in the kickside bases.
Wouldn't it be a wonderful Thanksgiving if they just forgot to repair their fleets?
Mm.
Just saying.
For us, not them.
That's
Okay.
what I mean. Well, the,
Okay, and I was my first inclination was correct. Lego does agree. It is Sam Club, which I've never been into, but so thanks for the insight, Lego. All right. Any thoughts on any of this?
is it worth doing? What do people think?
I'm probably going to start bountying in the last 24 hours just to get the turret. That's all that interests me.
Okay. Yeah, the turret has some interest, and we'll get to that in a little bit. Let's see the next slide. Alrighty. It's 20,000 points. I tried to compare it to, and I put the flavor text for the another one. Lucandia? Lucandia, or anybody else have a better idea how to pronounce it?
Look, can I die?
Look, can I die? I don't know. I don't know which one's right, but
Lusande?
what?
Lusande?
Okay, all right. I'm not sure.
There's so many letters in that word. At least one of them's got to be silent.
Yeah. And I was so disappointed that they the year before I started high school, they dropped Latin in my school. I did take Japanese my final year, but yeah, I would have taken Latin a couple of years. Just as being a biologist and whatnot, I'm rough with Latin. So, that's what that is. But Silver Strike turret, UAV turret, it's a heavy turret. This is the one that you're trying to earn. I was trying to compare it to what I consider to be comparable. So we had the Luxandai, whatever. So we see, if you look at the base damage of 59.3 versus, well, it's actually 59 plus 14. So it's the same damage, but it's gone from a salvo of 4 with the predecessor to a salvo of 1. The other thing that we see here is the reload goes from 8.2 to 12, but as we all know, the higher the single salvo damage, the deflection damage, the better you are. It also changes from concussive to penetrative. And then I also compared it to the Stormbringer, which has a shorter range. That's 5 to 160 versus this is 24 to 360. And give it another click. Okay. It's sort of hard to see. This is what Chris put out. Of the range, it appears to have a 180 range as far as the actual turret is up at the top middle, and you can see the range, the light red band going to the bottom. It appears to be 180 or just shy of 180. I think it's 180 or close to 180. So, and then one more click. This turret cannot be countermeasured. Specials will affect the turret. This is from Chris's update. While there aren't any UAV specific ones, penetrative specials will work, which we'll get into. UAV swarm duration is the base amount of seconds the turret fires on a single ship. And swarm time cap is the maximum amount of seconds the turret can fire on a single ship. This is future proofing. It doesn't matter at this point. One more. These are all of these specials stack, and even if you do not have the faction correct, I think you still get to like 145% increase in penetrative damage. So these are the ones I would put on as far as offensive specials with this. Anybody have any thoughts?
That's a lot of damage. It's nice that it's quicker reload and the swarm cap and all that. It's not like the Stormbringer missile where it's just a giant chunk of damage every so often, and you can kind of play around that. It's something a little more consistent that you have to like. You'll have to take notice of it a little bit quicker because it just keeps shooting at you.
I'd like to have this turret in my base.
Lucanidae. It's a stag beetle.
Yeah, it's spelt differently. There's an I at the end.
I know,
Yeah,
but
second
they
last.
can't spell, so it's probably still what they meant.
That's not good.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to throw that in there.
All right. All good. But it looks like it's going to do a shitload of damage relative to what we also we already have in the base at a long range, and it looks tempting out of the grouping, even at 20,000.
Yeah, I just have to figure out what I'm going to get rid of. Because it's a heavy, so
Yeah. Well,
I have choices to make.
but it'd be really good if you want to. If anybody gets sniped from the back of their base or anything like that, this might be a really good one to take over that duty with the range and the arc. You know, they might want to come in there and do some stuff, but with all the chaining and whatnot, you're going to do some. You're going to mess them up, and they cannot be CM'd. So might be helpful, even if you have, especially if you had a bad build design, it will definitely cause some issues for people. So let's see what the next thing is. All right. And also, Kenny, if you want to start getting ready to hit a 98, and whenever you're ready, let us know.
Sure, I'll start that now.
Okay. Carnage upgrade. This is defensive fleet. It has it's like 4 to 5 million base armor. This adds 1.2, and it has a combat speed of plus 30, which I assume the ship itself has a combat speed at base with no specials equipped of 30, which I assume increases the base combat speed to 60. So I had this conversation earlier, and I don't know the answer at this point. Let's say, the Carnage has a combat speed of 30. You add a mythical engine that has 100% combat speed boost, it would go up to 60. You take it to U1. Is the new speed 90 or 120? I would assume 120, but I am not at all certain, and I haven't gotten any answers associated with that yet.
I guess
You understand what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, does it go off the base speed or does it go off the total speed?
Well, yeah. If it goes,
Combined speed.
is this considered base speed?
Yeah.
working the numbers off of.
Being it doesn't give a percentage, I would say it's just an added 30 speed, not.
I don't know. It'd be nice if they'd let us know because,
So, like, if you had a 45 speed before it, it's 75 now.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out the impact that the percent increases will have. Like
Yeah.
what I was trying to say before is if you went from 30 and then you added 100% bonus, it would go to 60. But then, do you add this 30 on at the end or do you add this 30 on at the start?
That's right. Depends where it's added.
Yeah. And I don't know the answer to that.
I'm looking for a 98, right?
Yeah,
Apparently.
we're looking for 98.
Does the locator even help you find 98s, or is it?
No, you just
No.
got to look for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing everything but so far.
Yeah, I guess that's half Centaur's base. So I guess everybody's out there killing them.
Are you sure he's still a 98?
I confirmed with him yesterday and today.
All you got to do is look at the like,
94 last time. So yeah.
I found one.
Okay. You want to share your base or share your screen?
Yep.
Okay. There we go. I'll add you onto the screen share, and I'm going to get a full screen on that. And Aussie said a couple of them. I might have to step out and get another beer, but I think we probably had some good advice as far as Aussie.
No, I didn't hit one. I just peeked it to see because you asked for a picture of one. That was all.
Okay.
Go ahead, shall I go in?
Yeah, hit it from the back.
Whoop.
Take out the HT. Yeah, you were hitting it from the back. You were hitting from the right angle. No, the other. Yeah, the way you were. Yeah, or maybe. Yeah, okay. Yeah, hit it from there.
You said back. I went front. Well,
Well, I'm thinking top, bottom. Okay, yeah.
holy love letters, Kenny.
Yeah.
I'm testing out my new UAV ships.
Okay, well, actually, take those ones you can snipe out of the back.
Which ones?
You're going the wrong way. Yeah. See the ones you can
I
snipe?
do.
Yeah.
It's Kenny's job to go the wrong way.
Yeah. It's you see the directional turrets?
The heavy
Yeah.
turrets. Yeah.
Yeah, there.
Yeah. Okay, and you
So,
see
they're all pointing the wrong way.
Yeah.
Not for you, they're pointing the right way.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You want to hit these ones, and mouse over them so we can,
I did like that.
Yeah. Okay.
That was the new turret, isn't it?
Okay. All right. You've gotten all you can reach with chaining and whatnot.
I think so.
Okay. The next step is going to be you can stop at this point.
Okay.
The next step is going to be there's carnages over here, and I think they have the U1 implemented. So go in from retreat, go in from the top, take out those two portals as fast as possible.
Might as well clean it up.
Close your comms, Kenny.
Yeah, they're talking about you.
Oops. Yeah. I shouldn't start personal conversations in the middle of the show, huh?
Yeah, probably not. Okay, what you want to do is you want to take out those two portals as quickly as possible because there's carnages in there that are really fast. So you want to take these portals out.
Yep.
No, retreat.
Okay, what do you want me to
Okay, you saw those two portals on the left
Yeah.
hip. top left-hand side, you want to take those out as quickly as possible because the Carnages building defenses and offense, they just build every second you.
So which direction do I go as soon as I go in the space?
Well,
Right or left?
instead of going from 12 o'clock, go from like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Go from
Okay.
10 o'clock. Okay.
And go straight for the portal?
Go straight for the portals.
Okay.
Because you want to have them in their weakest condition possible. And that's, every second that you give them, they get stronger and stronger, the Carnages. And these ones appear to be at U1 where they're fast as shit. So you're not going to be able to kite them. So yeah, take out those 2 portals and let those ships come at you.
That's the Millennium Falcon. Design?
I don't know where you.
Right.
Eh,
The base design looks like the Millennium Falcon.
Oh, okay. I was trying to.
So now what am I doing?
Turn around and run.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
keep going?
they're weak right now, but yeah. Concentrate on those ships. I should have told you to turn around.
I'm in a dead end zone here. That's weird. There's 2 gates in. Now
Yeah.
what?
But you want to kill these ships as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm losing track of whose ships are whose.
Yeah.
Luckily, they seem to know what they're doing.
Yeah.
If I don't.
Okay. And now you can move on and kill those directional turrets, which I think are firing at you. So, yeah, you just wanted to take care of the first grouping. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hit those 2 directional turrets.
Directional? They're firing the other way.
Yeah. They're still directional turrets, not your direction. But yeah.
Okay. It's like, oh, this isn't too bad. Not great, but
Well, your first ship's not taking any damage, but yeah, I can't see the.
yeah, the 2 subjugators are unscratched. But the Kix dreads are not quite as
Okay.
they're not quite as strong.
Yeah. Well, okay.
That wasn't too bad though.
And Kenny lives.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Look at that.
4,000 points.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, your chords are the bottom right hand side, so you might want to get to 10.
Yeah, I'll do that while we're continuing the show. How's that? And I'll take myself off the screen so that anybody just heard you say, "Hey, you can figure out where he is." Doesn't.
Well, I'm just saying you should hit something quickly. It doesn't mean you should take yourself off the screen. Oh, and Lady Cat dropped the okay.
I can't get it to take me off present for a second.
You were well, you took
I
yourself.
Yeah, but I can't get it loaded full screen. Oh, good. I'm getting a Google Docs error. It's been reported to Microsoft, just so you know.
Well, that's fascinating that a Google Docs error is getting reported to Microsoft. Google might care more about that. Okay. Well, I think the
Oh,
last.
reported to Google. Sorry.
Yeah.
I can't won't load.
My goodness, what did you do with that little Happy Thanksgiving thing, Ben? It's crashed in Lady Cat.
Yeah, I refreshed just.
Ben's gone. He's not even here anymore.
I mean, I can go to screen. It's just you'll see everything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's back. Oh, I'm sorry. Ben's here. I don't know sure what happened there.
All
All
right.
right.
I'll share what I've got. I just can't put it on present. Sorry.
That's it.
I don't know. I was in quiet room. What'd I do?
No, you didn't. I didn't remove you. I think you came in and came back in and came out and back in. So, yeah. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And that's the end of the slides. And is there anything anybody else would like to discuss? What?
It's working now.
All right. Well,
I need your fan. That's all.
yeah. Is there anything anybody else would like to talk about at this point as far as, especially since Kenny's not going to let us watch the second one?
He's willing.
Do you
Okay.
think if I were to start bounty now to get those points, I'm only going to be able to do just a few breachers to hit the kick spaces? Are there easy kick spaces?
I don't know. I was just, I've only looked at the targets. That's why I, gave the advice to Kenny, and just by looking at the, screenshot of it, because it was,
I don't really.
I'm not hit one yet.
The only thing I lose if I start bounty is that I get doubled every 4 hours, potentially.
Yeah.
But I lose res. That's the thing. Everything else is fine. I mean, repairs keep repairing, and
Yeah.
except for buildings. If I'm doing a building upgrade, that doesn't.
Actually, with the base auto repairing, it will keep your buildings going.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
All right. So where are we at this point? Does anybody else have anything they want to add, or Big Texas Roller says the 90 is easy. How much damage did you take on that the 98, Jeff or Kenny?
Let me check. And 1 second. Find the right fleet. Come on. This game does seem to slow down changing screens and everything after bounty starts.
Yeah, that is an issue.
Yeah, but it's only once you join bounty does it lag.
Sure.
Oh. Well, that's how it used to be. If the game worked fine the second you join bounty, the lag would instant. So now, I guess it's just lagging in general. I haven't had time to play the game because it's got home from work, so I don't know.
Took exactly 1 hour damage.
Okay. Yeah, you could probably.
And how many points did you get for it?
4,000.
But Lady Cat, on them, the points vary from what, 1,400 to 4,000,
Yeah.
I believe. It's the range. So
Good.
one day you might get 4,000 from it, hit the same copy again, and get 1,400.
Is this gonna be like the chess where some people get the 7 days and I've never had one? Am I gonna get 1,400 every time?
What is
How does that saying go? That's half the fun, or not knowing how many points you're going to get is
the randomness is?
half the fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not so much.
We all love random.
Yeah.
Randomly high might not be too bad. 2,000 or 3,000 most of the time, and once in a while you get 6,000. I could live with that.
Yeah. The only good random is when you're at the bar and they're serving shots.
Well, the thing is, if you're going to do bounty, you're better off doing it now while you have those high point bases. Even 1,400 is better than 800,
Yeah.
So if you're going to do it, do it. Unless, of course, you have to cook a Thanksgiving dinner and welcome your in-laws and do other things that make you happy.
I don't know what that would be, but sure.
Holidays, it's hard for people to find balance with real life in the game. Something's got to give, so
Yeah.
hopefully it'll be the game. People pay attention to those in-laws.
Well, that's where
Enjoy your families.
my in-laws all live in Texas. So I'm lucky. No.
Taffy, right away.
Recharging the beer supply.
Well, I will probably start bounty after I fix dinner. I need to eat dinner first. Well, sorry guys, I don't have a whole lot to talk about. I'm trying to keep up with the game slowly. I mean, I've been really sick the past few weeks, so it's been difficult to give it a lot of time and attention. But now that I'm feeling better, I kind of have to catch up with the rest of life that got put to the side while I was out. So,
I mean, there isn't much to talk about. Not this week. There was Bounty, which has been a staple for a while. There is a turret. The only thing is, I kind of wish that those are some neat Carnage skins. I just wish there was an option to buy like maybe one of them in the store. You can leave, the other 3 or however many for the leaderboard prizes. Sure, great. Just maybe let us buy one.
they used to sell skins. I haven't looked lately because, I had but some of the skins, I mean, some of the artwork for the skins is getting really interesting. And if those skins have been around 5 or 6, 7 years ago, I would have spent probably a lot of money on a lot of those skins. Still waiting for my ruby red glitter skin, but someday.
It's a neat design, but I think it's also, they're just chromas, right? They're just like, you swap the color of the accents.
Yeah, I guess so.
So they had to design one and then you just give it 4
Different
different
colors.
colors, which certainly saves some time for the artist on the back end there.
But I mean, it's nice. I like having different skins for a fleet that either help me find it when I'm trying to pull it apart or pull it together in the dock. I like the skins that help me differentiate some different builds, so I know which one is which quickly just by looking at the cover of it. So I use skins for functional reasons. I don't really buy skins just to look good.
I mean, if Fortnite has taught us anything, it's that people will pay a whole bunch for
To look
cosmetics. These are not necessarily randomized, which I guess is a little better. You just have to spend as much as the player that spends a whole lot, which no, you're not going to. Please stop.
Yeah, but if we could get just like a lame skin, or not a lamb skin, it's a whole different thing. But a lame skin, it doesn't cost you anything to use for functional reasons. That would be,
Or
might-
if we could control the color. Let us just buy it again and then let us pick what color we want it to be.
Or even just that skin, but like with white accents, and all of the bright reds and yellows and what have you were for the actual ones. You just wander around looking all cool.
yeah, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, just a
Leather, some leather, some lace accents.
Yeah. It doesn't, if it's just like a slight something you can notice when you're putting your build together, you're putting your ships together, because a lot of people put different builds, different antis, different armors across their 5 ships, and it'd be a good way to at least know what ship you should put in different positions.
Yeah.
This is my CM ship. It has the pretty thing.
Mhm.
I don't know about leather and lace, though. I think that's a little less of Battle Pirates and a little more of what we saw that one time when you left your adverts on.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, but I think some people might pay for leather and lace.
Yeah.
Never know. You
Yeah.
never know.
Insert joke about plundering booty here. Just make your own. I can't do it.
Do you guys remember that video with Will Harbin when the game was still young? He goes, "Yeah, we're not going to sell skins like some other gaming companies."
Are you talking about was the video he put out, or was that when he was on the Battle Vortex show? Is that
No, it was a
No, it was a video.
yeah.
okay?
I remember that. And I mean, not selling cosmetics, okay, but like, real talk. That's see also Fortnite, like that became profitable real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think they should sell merchandise. I still wish they had sold merchandise. I would have bought a T-shirt or a hat or something.
Yeah, I I've
Want to
seen
buy the
it's sometimes when Two Doors webcam, he doesn't realize he's wearing the full Greta outfit at times.
Damn it, you stole my joke.
Okay.
I had to think about that.
It's a little bit
That's what
disturbing
people
with
would
the
pay
mustache.
for.
Yeah, it's a little disturbing with the mustache, but it's okay.
Not for me in the outfit. They would buy the outfit. They would
Yeah.
pay to see me not in the outfit. That's how you make money from that.
Yeah. So, alrighty. Well, do we have anything left for the live show?
Nope.
we'll
We decided that while you were gone.
Yeah, Asa, you have anything?
No, I'm all good.
Okay. You've been quiet hitting bases or hitting kickside bases?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty.
I'm about to hit the same target for only about 25 minutes, so I learned.
Okay. There you go. You're keeping your because the subjugators didn't take any damage, right?
Right. Yeah, and this time I ran away from the incoming ships instead of sitting under their fire like a dummy.
Okay. Yeah, they're fast though, because I think he's got the U1 on them.
Yeah,
So,
but they went after the subjugators instead of the dread because they were tailing,
okay.
and the subjugators were a little tougher, so it worked out better for me.
Very good. So 25 minutes is could be close to instant repair. I'm not certain.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
but,
if I hadn't already been in once, yeah.
but the secret to that one is to take out those back turrets that are aiming at the front from the back, and then retreat and then get those ships as quickly as possible after the retreat because they charge up in armor and, or deflection and whatnot along the way. So that's
Yeah, this time I also opened the gate ahead of time, and the back gate, so
Okay.
I didn't have to delay. I didn't have to delay hitting that. It was already open, so
Okay.
that made them charge after me really early
okay.
because the last gate was down quickly, which meant they weren't as tough.
Alrighty. Sounds good. Alrighty. Well, I guess we'll see everybody on Friday, and I'll put the link up there one last time in case anybody'd like to join the after show. Just so you know, StreamYard did have the ability to ban and kick people from the show this week, the last couple of days. So it's excitement. So
I'm in trouble now.
Dun
Yeah.
dun dun.
Nice knowing you, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving all.
all right. We'll see you all on Friday, and hope you all make it through. So
Have a
Thank
good Thanksgiving, everyone. Enjoy your time with your family.
Just don't think too hard about it.
okay.
See y'all.
I'm not sure what we're thinking hard about, but we'll move on from that and see you all on Friday. And good luck in bounty or whatever you choose to pursue. Later, people.